Can I ask our next contribution, Daniel Biles, please? Daniel's our PPC for North Warwickshire. Like me, he has one or two reservations about the way the current government treats the armed forces.
Thank you, Neil. Our armed forces are now the busiest that they have been in a generation. We are currently fighting in Afghanistan the highest intensity conflict since Korea. And I've been watching with writhing sadness and anger as the death toll among British troops mount. Since 2001, over 250 British soldiers have lost their lives in Iraq and Afghanistan. In the Helmand province, a young soldier on the front line has a 1 in 35 chance of not returning home to his family. During these 10 years of escalating military commitments, has the government been strengthening and supporting our armed forces? Has the Treasury been ensuring that they have the resources and the equipment that they need to do the job? No, they have not. On Gordon Brown's watch, he has actually cut 4 regular infantry battalions. The British Army is now the smallest it has been since any time since the Battle of Waterloo. The Royal Navy is the smallest it has been since the Battle of Trafalgar. And the Territorial Army is the smallest it has been since it was first created in 1906. Defence spending as a percentage of GDP is now lower than at any time since the 1930s. Gordon Brown has no understanding of our armed forces, and he gives no indication that he even cares. He has given us in Des Brown a part-time Defence Secretary at this time of high commitment. During 67 minutes of his conference speech last week, he managed barely 6 lines on the men and women who are fighting and dying on the other side of the world. Even the Royal British Legion have mounted an unprecedented campaign to highlight the broken covenant between our armed forces and the government. And I hope many of you here will attend their fringe event this afternoon on the subject. Ladies and gentlemen, our armed forces are a precious asset that must and should be valued, be adequately resourced, be used with reluctance, and be treated with respect. And I look to Dr. Fox and the stage for reassurance that under a Conservative government they will be.
Thank you. Thank you, Daniel. You mentioned the Army and the Navy. You also perhaps forgot to mention that we now have more attack aircraft in the RAF Museum in Hendon than we have in the RAF. Something that the current government might want to take into account.